Today I decided to do a live stream on YouTube. And in my live stream today, I'll be teaching you actually how to code. And what I'll be coding today, I'll be teaching a few things using VS Code and coding. So guys, welcome to the stream. Share the screen, like, and you can also check out my videos. And check out my videos on YouTube where I'll be teaching people on how to code and all that. So what I've been learning is just very few things about data visualization on the previous stream. And today I want us to take a look at something complex a bit. I want us to look at machine learning, and we'll be looking at machine learning with Python. This is a beginner course and a beginner projects using beginner projects. So machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence, and it allows computers to learn patterns. Apart from learning patterns from data and making predictions, machine learning also allows us to it's also a branch of artificial intelligence. So it's a branch of artificial intelligence. And it also has to make predictions. Help us to make predictions, and these predictions. So it's a branch of artificial intelligence. These predictions actually they begin by exploiting a program for every scenario. So examples of this include Netflix recommendations, where the Netflix recommends movies for you based on what you have watched or recently, and you have YouTube recommendation videos, and how bank detect fraud. They use machine learning, and even hospital can predict diseases, and e-commerce can predict even customer purchase. So mainly machine learning, you can use it to make predictions on things. This is just a simple introduction of how you can use machine learning. Next thing, you're going to look at the machine learning workflow. And the machine learning workflow, what we're going to know is all about collecting data. The data is collected, and once we have this data, we are going to clean this data, ensuring that there are not null values and there are no duplicated values. We are going to explore the data, and then we're going to feature engineer it. Then we're going to split the data, and we are going to train the model. Also, we are going to evaluate the model, improve the model, and then we're going to deploy this model. That's just a simple introduction. What you can do with machine learning Bibe. Niko live. IRL. Niko live IRL. Stream. Types of machine learning. For example, we have supervised learning, where data contains inputs and and these inputs as correct answers. For example, a house. For us to get the house price, to help our machine to predict the house price, the algorithms that we need to know is linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, random forest, and support vector machines. When it comes to unsupervised learning, here no correct answer is provided. Here, for example, we have the customer data and I find similar customers. The algorithms we are going to use the k-means clustering and the DB scan and the hierarchical clustering. And come to a third, which is the reinforcement learning. Agents learn through rewards and penalties. For example, self-driving cars, robotics, and game playing AI. So what we are going to install actually for this is scikit-learn, and we'll be using Python, so we'll be using scikit-learn. So on the next thing, I want us to import numpy's, import pandas, import matplotlib, import cbun, import scipy for all this. Now let us create a data set. For us to create a data set, here I'm going to say data equals to marketing. For example, we're looking at marketing. And inside of marketing, we have 1,000 to 5,000, so we can have the above data, and then we can have sales. So we have market spending and we have sales. So this is a simple way to create a data set. So when you come to DF and we read this data frame from this data, as simple as that, and then what we want us to do is print the DF. This is a simple way of us creating a data frame. So if we run this for Python, into a Python environment, it's gonna take a while since it's a very simple data frame. It shows the market spending on the sales, marketing spending. So if you're spending 1,000, these are the sales. Now, so this data we can do a lot of analysis to this data. This just a simple piece of data, and this data frame can do a simple analysis of the data. Since you have saved it in a variable called data, I'm going to rerun this. Hmm. I try to know this SkyPy first, then rerun it. Do the SkyPy. There we have it. So if you run it, we expect it to form something like that. Marketing spend and the sales. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to prepare features. So, before we print our data, after we've put it our data frame, let's put an feature X and put an equal sign, and let's define our marketing spending as one of the features. df market spend. Now, this is one of the features. We need to put values into it, and then we can do our y. So what we would do the put y as it, and we define those features. So we target y based on x. Now the third thing what we're going to do is we're going to split these data sets. So for us to understand this and to train a model, so from scikit-learn, from sklearn, so using scikit, what we need to do dot model then selection import test train split. X train x test, y train y test. So it will be a small y. Then here we're going to do x train x test, y train y test, and xy 0.2 and set it to 42. Now why we do this? For us to have a training data we learn, and for us to test data we will be able to evaluate it. Now one thing you need to know is that this is used to make predictions, and 80% is If it says we don't have a module, we have not installed. So just create this environment. Using our available form. See, our environment has been created here. So virtual environment. What I'm going to do, right, from here, click again, install, say Git, I hope this will do so. Hope this does something, and that we are able to. Yeah. So actually, it's installing it. As it's installing it, so what I want to say as it is installing is that uh, actually this is my first stream, and I'll be streaming on the daily out here, and you can check out my videos. Check out my videos, and also you can check out my videos everywhere. Yeah. Memorial. City memorial.
Hii ilikuwa juzi, ilikuwa kitambo. Hakuuza.
So while it's installing, what we'll be looking at, we'll train this model to do linear regression. Also, we'll be train it to make predictions, and we'll be training it to evaluate to evaluate the model. Also, we'll be understanding the regression metrics, and in understanding this regression metrics, what we'll be looking at is actually the mean absolute error, the MAE, and which will be able to do the average prediction error, and we will be able to analyze which part is better. Uh-huh. It's installing the libraries. So one thing we need to remember is that uh, when you install a module, a Python module, it has its own libraries. So inside the module, there are always some libraries. Once our virtual environment has installed this, so it's where we'll be able to make predictions and able to learn about the data. Then we're going to do an R2 score for the data. I remember in data analysis we did a Z score. So in machine learning we're doing an R2 score. Then you're going to train this model. We're going to do the second project where we'll be looking at purchase predictions and even do an F1 score. Uh, we'll look at decision trees as I said earlier, and also we'll look at random forest, feature engineering, and we will look at encoding categorical data. Also, we'll take a look at scaling features. So and then we will create a real world project where we'll be looking at we'll do a house price prediction. So stick up with me in this live where we'll be learning 1, 2, 3. So the first, from our data set, we have created a linear regression model, and we're going to train the data using our linear regression model. So what I will do is I will run this data. So this code is for training the data. It's good that you have that in mind, that this is all about training the data and testing it. Now, what we're going to do next, as it's running, we're going to try to make a prediction based on our data that we've created. It's very simple. Expect it to run, so it's our if our print if df runs. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to make a prediction. So we create a variable called predictions, and in our prediction we call model dot predict call model to predict our written prediction x test. X. We can call this model to predict anything. Now, what we do here, above this, above our print df, let's print prediction. Let's print something like that. Our predictions maybe. And this. So we've done a program and here model predict. Saying model is not defined. So since we did this, we need to come here and define our model. After this, say model, our model to be model is another variable to be linear regression or model, and our model dot fit model dot model dot fit. What to do to our model dot fit is this x train and y train. So let's do the x train. Well, we're training with x train, y train, y train. Now, remember to put a comma here. Now, what we also need to do is from scripts from sklearn linear model. We need to import our linear regression here. Now, then we're going to run this that. Come to an error. So we're checking x and y, checking these parameters. So what are we going to solve? We're going to solve this error by looking at our parameters. We say x is and there is that. So for us to solve this error, we need to find out where the error is. Mm, so in 20. Just first I'm going to remove this. We find the error.